Oh, hey everyone, I'm Big John and welcome to another episode of the Diz Ability Show. Now, this week I want to talk to you about something that I've been a member of for a few years now, and something that I think a lot of Disney goers with special needs could benefit from, the Disney Vacation Club, or DVC. Now, we joined back in 2014 and we thought it would be a great experience for us to go down there more often than we used to. And for someone who loves Disney like myself, and someone whose life is based solely off of Disney alone, that means very much. And some of the DVC perks can really benefit from that. Like, one time we had our own spot to watch the fireworks at top of Bay Lake Tower, and it was so great. The cast member up there understood I had disabilities, and she made sure that I had a fun time. As I've said in the past, never be afraid to let cast members know about your quirks or something. And of course, for those who don't want to ride the bus a lot, you can stay at some of the resorts that are either monorail accessible to the parks or can easily walk to, like say Bay Lake Tower is right next door to the Magic Kingdom, and how both the Boardwalk and Beach Club are just a skipping a jog away from Epcot and Hollywood Studios. It's all not only is it good for people who don't want to ride the bus, but it's also good exercise. And if you love the monorail, you can stay at Bay Lake if you want to take the monorail to TTC and switch over to Epcot. Well, the Epcot monorail isn't working right now, so then you'd have to take a bus from Bay Lake. Or stay at the DVCs at the Polynesian if you're like rich, or stay at the Grand Floridian. All these resorts can benefit to any disabilities that you have. So, that's my tip. Let me know in the comments if you've had a DVC experience, and now it's time for this week's Top 5. So, if you've seen the news lately, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure finally has an opening date. It's going to be October 1st, the day of Walt Disney World's 50th birthday. And as I was watching a stream yesterday, my friend Beth over at Best Disney Adventures, check her out. During her stream, she got her park reservation for Epcot that day. And what, surprise, surprise, all reservations are now booked. Good thing she got it in. And for me, there have been some rides that I have been avoiding for years, but I have finally been able to put on my list of things I like to ride, or experiences, I should say, because not everything in this week's top 5 are rides. So here are my top 5 experiences that I was late for, I should say. So, number 5, the Haunted Mansion. Now, as a Disney history buff and a very imaginative person, I think I may have took Walt Disney literal when he was saying that he was out collecting the ghosts for the Haunted Mansion. But then I watched some documentaries and I was like, yeah, that makes much more sense. So I was actually late to the Haunted Mansion party. The first time I rode it, April 2019. It has been one of my favorites ever since. All right, number 4, Tower of Terror. Now, I heard that Tower of Terror is one of the scariest rides in the park. One of my friends she actually fainted on it one time. But everyone has their own experiences. When I rode it, I was like, ooh, there's Slinky Log Dash! And it's been another one of my favorites ever since. Alright, at number 3, Expedition Everest. Which turns 15 years old this year. And when I first saw it, I first heard that, I went backwards, and when I heard about the Yeti, I was like, I'm not sure if that's for me. But first time I rode in 2014, they could not get me off of it. That's how much I fell in love with it. So number 2, Mission Space. Now, but first, I have a confession to make. I've only done the green version of Mission Space. I've never done the orange version. Because I think the green one, even back when it was still the regular Mars mission, I think that one is more up to my mojo. And the green one is also good now for the little ones to enjoy Mission Space. They get a little lanyard, and they get a booster seat, and it's very good. And now my number 1 experience, and that I was late to falling in love with, and something that you have put up with me talking about every other week, the Citizens of Hollywood. Now, the first time I saw them, they were doing that Mr. Mayor, I found a crime skit, and I had no idea what was going on, so I just kept walking. And then after doing some internet research, I understood that they were just doing their thing. I quickly became in love with them, and I am their official number 1 fan, as I've said in the past. And as I've been saying, Disney, if you're watching, I hope you bring them back as vaccines keep rolling out. I hope more and more entertainment comes back, including the Citizens. They are the heart and soul of Hollywood studios, and this coming trip, it feels a little weird knowing that they won't be there, but they'll be there in spirit. I know they will. So, let me know in the comments if you have any Disney experience that you were late to the party for, and you quickly fell in love with. And now, it's time for round 2 of March Madness. So, thank you everyone for voting in the comments of last week's video, as well as on my Disney Vlog Squad group on Facebook. So here are the round 2 matchups. First up, the Battle of the Simulators, Flight of Passage, and Star Tours. Now, on one side, you got an amazing flight through the beautiful world of Pandora, and on the other, you have one of the greatest Star Wars rides Disney has ever made, with random experiences. You never know where you're going to go to. So I can't wait to see which one you vote for in that one. Also, a battle of a very interesting matchup. Kilimanjaro Safari versus Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. So, on one side, you have Animal Kingdom's Star Attraction, where you ride alongside live animals. And on the other, you take the wheel of the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. That one's going to be a very interesting matchup indeed. Next up, Big Thunder Mountain versus Soarin'. So, you got one of the Magic Kingdom mountains, and you have the only Epcot ride that made it through round 1. And my favorite Epcot ride. So, personally, I would be surprised if Big Thunder beat Soarin' in this matchup. I really would, but I'm only the tiebreaker if necessary. And the 4th matchup, Splash Mountain and Toy Story Mania. Again, another peak of the Magic Kingdom's mountain range. And another of Hollywood Studios' most popular attraction ends where my mom and I always win. So be sure to vote in the comments, and also if you're a member of my Disney Vlog Squad group on Facebook, you can vote there. And that's this week's show. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. Now, this week we have a very special shout out. A group that is very used to helping people with physical disabilities. Give Kids the World in Kissimmee, Florida. For those of you who don't know, and for those who haven't seen my Night of a Million Lights t-shirt that I wore on a couple of our December episodes, Give Kids the World is a resort and organization in Kissimmee, Florida that provides lodging for families with kids who have life-threatening illnesses, and it gives them access to some of their favorite theme parks, and it doesn't cost them a cent. Make sure you go online to givekidstheworld.com, donate some cash to them, and they are also sponsors of our good friends over at Attractions Magazine. And until next time, may the mouse be with you.